Hey everyone, Ian Stewart from Flowtown Mastering here. WaveLab Pro 13 brings a ton of improvements to the audio montage, and in this video we're going to walk through the highlights. From getting files into your montage, to visual organization and clip editing, to some really nice rendering enhancements that'll save you time on projects with lots of deliverables. Let's dive in. First up, let's look at some improvements to the Insert Audio Files dialog, the window that appears when you're adding multiple files to a montage. You can now set the gap between clips right in this dialog. This used to live elsewhere, but having it here means you can define your spacing as part of the same workflow where you're choosing how to arrange your files. But the bigger addition is the option to automatically add audio reference clips. If you enable Add Audio Files on a Reference Track, WaveLab will look in a folder you specify and automatically match each inserted clip with its corresponding reference file using naming patterns. Prefixes and suffixes are both supported. Reference clips get placed on the first available reference track with free space, and if one doesn't exist, WaveLab will create one for you. You can set your reference folder to the same location as your main files, a relative path, or an absolute path anywhere on your system. There's even a preview button to see which reference clips will be added before you commit. This is a really nice time saver for A/B comparison workflows. And to complement this, there's a new album wizard option called Synchronize Clips on Reference Track. When this is enabled, and it is by default, reference clips move together with their associated main clips. So when you apply the album wizard, your reference clips stay in sync. No more manually repositioning them. Once your files are in the montage, WaveLab 13 gives you improved tools to organize and navigate them. The color palette has been expanded to 128 colors. You can customize this in preferences if you want fewer options, say 8 hues and just 2 brightness levels. The track header now displays the selected color as well, and if a track is routed to a group, you'll see the group color in the leftmost portion of the header. What's really powerful is the new color rules system. You can set up rules that automatically assign colors based on various conditions. The obvious ones are coloring by clip name or track name, for example, making any clip with vocal in the name appear yellow. But there's some less obvious options that are really useful. You can color clips based on whether they have effects applied or whether they're a superclip. For tracks, you can color by track type, like a reference track or a null track, or by track routing, which gives you a drop-down with all your routing options. You can even set rules based on the montage's sample rate, the montage name, or the folder the montage lives in. So if you always want your 96K sessions to look different from your 44.1K sessions, you can set that up once and it applies automatically. Rules can be saved as presets, and you can switch between presets from the View ribbon to visualize the same montage in different ways. There's also a new Apply Random Colors to All Tracks function, similar to what was already available for clips, plus a Reset All Colors command in the View ribbon that returns everything to the defaults while intelligently reapplying any active color rules. For clip selection, you now have a choice of how selected clips are indicated. The classic highlighted background is still available, but you can also choose a highlighted frame around the clip or combine both. The frame option reduces visual contrast and can make waveform colors more visible, especially with the dark theme. When it comes to navigation, there's a new track search function at the top of the track list, indicated by a magnifier icon. Click it or press Shift-Command-F, start typing, and WaveLab will instantly search the track names and highlight the first match, which becomes the active track and scrolls into view. If multiple tracks match, they all get selected. This is especially valuable in Atmos montages or any project with a lot of tracks. You can close the search field with the return key or use the zoom buttons to fit the selected track or all tracks to the available space. And one other small but helpful visual improvement, the active track now shows a yellow highlight in the track header, making it immediately clear which track you're working on. Now, let's get into editing. A commonly requested workflow improvement was to be able to load a plugin chain onto multiple clips at once, and this is now possible. Previously, if you'd want to apply the same chain to several clips, you'd have to do it one at a time. Now, just select your clips, and when you choose Load Plugin Chain from the Clip Effects menu, the chain gets applied to all of them. You'll get a confirmation dialog for safety, but this is a huge time saver on album or stem projects. Along similar lines, WaveLab 13 introduces a dynamic clip toolbar that appears when you select or hover over a clip. This toolbar gives you quick access to 5 contextual controls: fade in, envelope, fade out, active clip, and clips. So instead of right-clicking in different areas and navigating through the menus, you can get to these functions directly. One nice touch is that the toolbar stays visible on the active clip, the one currently shown in the inspector, which also helps you visually identify which clip you're working on. And if you find the toolbar distracting, you can customize its size or visibility in File, Preferences, Audio Montages, User Interface. You can set it to show for the active and hovered clips, only the active clip, or hide it entirely. There are also new direct clip gain controls right on the clips themselves. You'll see two small icons at the bottom corners, one for gain before effects, one for gain after effects. Click either icon and a slider pops up for quick adjustment. If you have multiple clips selected, the gain change applies proportionally to all of them, preserving their relative levels. You can also type in precise values, and the text field supports copy-paste, which makes it easy to transfer gain values between clips. If you need to reset gains across your montage, there's a new Reset Gains command. When you open it, you get options to choose which gain types to reset, before effects, after effects, or both, and which processing units to target, selected clips, all tracks, track groups, or the output. It's truly a comprehensive way to get back to a clean slate. To use this, head into File, Preferences, Shortcuts, search for Reset Gains, and assign your preferred command to it. One more organizational note. There's now a dedicated Clip ribbon tab that consolidates clip-related functions that were previously scattered across 4 different ribbon tabs. There are no new functions here, just a more logical home for everything clip-related. Shifting gears a bit, let's talk about rendering, because there are 2 new source options that can really streamline your delivery workflows. The one I want to focus on first is all title stems. If you're doing mastered stems, where each title is composed of individual stems like bass, synth, drums, vocals, arranged in parallel across tracks, this option renders each stem as a separate audio file. Each file is exported from the title start marker to the title end marker, so you get precise time-aligned stem rendering per title all in one operation. To complement this, there's a new naming variable called title clip name that automatically adopts the name of the stem being rendered. You can combine this with other variables to create custom naming structures. For example, generating a folder named after the title containing files named after each stem. If you're delivering mastered stems for DJ or live playback, remixes, or sync licensing, this is a major workflow improvement. There's also all title groups, which is useful when your album is organized into groups. Think vinyl sides A and B, or A, B, C, and D for a double album. Previously, you had to render each group separately. Now you can render all title groups as audio files in a single operation. The default naming uses the montage name plus the group suffix, like myalbum_a.wave and myalbum_b.wave, but of course you can customize this with the naming scheme feature. A couple more quick improvements worth mentioning. There's a new range selection option at the top of the audio montage track list. When activated, it lets you make a range selection across all tracks and clips in the montage. When deactivated, it reverts to the previous behavior where you drag to expand the selection from a starting point. And finally, for those working with montages that have many tracks displayed at small heights, which is common in Atmos projects, there's now an option to disable certain mouse actions when track heights fall below a threshold. This protects against accidental edits when you're trying to make precise moves on small tracks. The protected actions include clip move, range selection, clip resizing, and envelope editing. So those are most, but not all, of the audio montage improvements in WaveLab Pro 13. From clip editing and color organization to rendering and navigation, there's a lot here that'll help you work more precisely and efficiently. If this was helpful, we'd love it if you gave the video a like. We've got more WaveLab 13 content on the way, so subscribe and hit the bell to get notified when new videos drop. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.